Examining Metropolis. In a way, Halo 2 is the most unique of Bungie's Halos.
The message just repeats. Regret.
It was the last time the whole team united to make something ambitious. Maybe a bit too ambitious. As a result of this ambitiousness, Halo 2 ended up with a lot of cuts, but it still feels like the most genuine Bungie game. There was no movie to keep Joe Staten away like in Halo 3, no Microsoft, no meddling by Don Matrick, no dividing Bungie into 3 different games, no tree for tree, and no janitors like Frank O'Connor destroying the writing. So this was the perfect interpretation of Halo by Bungie. This liberty in expression led to Halo 2 having a very unique look, specifically on the place where marketing was shown mostly, Earth. However, every detail in the art style seemed to have intention. Looking at this city, it truly doesn't resemble a futuristic city. This resembles a stereotypical futuristic city more. The city in Halo 2 specifically has a very unique look, with dark, metallic textures, devoid of shiny neon lights you'd expect from a futuristic city. It is in stark contrast to what we would see in the cities on ODST and Reach, which were clean and curvy rather than angular. They seem to drop Halo 2's Earth look in favor of a clean white city full of lights, which are quite different to Halo 2's Metropolis.
Let's move these civilians before it changes.
Which leads me to my main point. Due to this unique design and the artistic liberty Bungie had in Halo 2, some people have argued that the unique look of Halo 2's Earth is meant to be yet another hint at humans being Forerunners. At first glance, it may be hard to see, mainly because of the color, yet they seem vastly different. One way to see it is observing the very angular look to structures and made of all metal with no concrete, but then again, for example, what do these things on the beach do? What are they for? What's the purpose of these 2 giant bridges in the city skyline? Well, apart from having the Scarab gun, of course, like Forerunner structures, it's hard to find the reason why most of these exist. This could be indeed the intention of Bungie, to connect humans to Forerunners further with the art direction of Halo 2's Earth. But if the aesthetic of human development was meant to show this human Forerunner connection further, I might have some further reasoning for this. In this cutscene, there are some news drones on the background recording or taking pictures. Drones aren't quite anything futuristic and novel today, let alone by the time Halo takes place, at 2552. In fact, the first instance of human-created drones that could float dates back as far as 1907 from what I researched. Within the context of Halo, they really make me think of a certain enemy we constantly fought. Sentinels are the only other flying automated machine in the franchise until Engineers, which sets apart humans and Covenant further. In comparison to the Covenant, who really never developed this tech, or perhaps we simply haven't seen any, despite being 6 different species. I once again decided to do a little digging to see if I could find more info on this drone. It has a wiki page, but not much info about it. So I tried checking it in the game files to see if there is any correlation to the Sentinels, being they're somewhat similar. With the help of some modders with far more knowledge on this, I found out how to spawn it, but it seems there's no correlation to Sentinels. It isn't a biped like the Sentinels, but a scenery object with a dedicated animation, but still important to notice this possible correlation. To go further with human automatization being an early phase of what Forerunners had with their automation and architecture, we are going to check the Halo 2's map that sort of kick-started Infection as we know it, Foundation. Foundation is a testing facility for automated defense systems, having the acronym of... Can't say that in 2023. Playing multiplayer games alone will never not be eerie. Foundation has 4 storage rooms, the most notable of which is the second room that stores some unique-looking props. These look like the torsos of machines, sort of like the ones in Terminator 3 or RoboCop. After all, Chicago's close to Detroit, I think. But after looking around, they are seemingly Pelican engines, which don't make much sense being here. Perhaps it was to save resources. The automated defense systems, be it turrets or something else, had to be somewhere in the facility outside of the playable area. These are some possible hints at human tech being at an earlier phase of what Forerunners had. The Covenant, at least from the 2001-2011 era of Bungie Halo, never had the automatization that humanity shows, at least in cutscenes. It actually feels like a bit of a missed opportunity that you never get to see human, lethal, autonomous weapons, much at all. The closest might be the auto turrets in Reach, both in Long Night of Solence and in the package, later down even appearing in H4's multiplayer even. So, what do you think? Was this yet another
subtle and not obvious at all hint
at humans being Forerunners, or just a set of coincidences? Tell me in the comments, not just because algorithm, but it is actually nice to discuss. Last voiced video didn't seem to do very well. Maybe AI won't work, but next one will be a new subject, so perhaps it may do it. Now then, until next time.